Yeah, we're live too, y'all. So
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, you gotta give us
right.
a countdown.
Right.
No countdown to nothing.
But usually, I make sure nobody said nothing crazy. Usually, we start off with in the middle of a conversation anyway. So,
Yeah.
what else is new? It's Fresh Fridays. How we gonna do this thing again? We need to come up with a jingle, y'all.
I thought Antoine and Maya were coming up with the theme song.
They're being rebellious. They're being rebellious.
Crickets.
Y'all sound like Adam and Eve. Y'all blaming each other.
I didn't say anything. I just said okay.
Y'all blaming each other. It was her. It was her. No, it was him. What's up, y'all? Please do us a favor and share.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Good people.
Yeah.
Share as much as possible.
Tuning in.
Retweet, do all that good stuff. Oh snap. Share as much as you can as we're on Fresh Fridays. One of the favorites. Because y'all are crazy, not me.
Wow.
Start from the top down.
Close from.
I do have to say one thing though.
Sure. Good.
Pastor Nick, after Monday, I think Maya's name needs to change because she was dropping some gems on Monday. She is like Minister LeBou. She's not 1 month Maya anymore. She's Minister LeBou because she was running it. Deacon Antoine, would you like to add to that?
Yeah. She hit a couple joints out the park.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was dropping some gems.
But I'm glad she does that with y'all because on Maximizer Monday, she leaves me hanging out there. I'll be throwing stuff to her. And she looks at me like, you keep going.
I'm just catching it. That's all. It's a compliment.
And while we're talking about 1 month Maya, congratulations, Maya, on your
Yes.
Oh yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
You teased us all week.
I know, that was so
I had a
fun.
feeling that's what it was. I was like, I'm not gonna say it though, because I don't want to blow it up.
Yeah, you opened up explain it to everybody. Tell everybody.
So I opened my photography studio. Yeah. I'm excited because for the longest time I couldn't take indoor pictures of like holidays and stuff. So now I can do that. I'm excited.
Good. You're going to step out into your purpose and your destiny.
Yeah.
It's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the time
coming out this quarantine winning. Go ahead, Maya.
We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited.
You should be.
Thanks, Stephanie.
You should be. That's what's up. Yo, what's up, Steph? Hey, Dre, come on in. Y'all come on so we can get started. Hey, Marlita, what's up? Hope you all are doing well this Friday. What's really good, as they say? What's really hood?
He's online.
Right.
Pastor P's joining us. Hey, Pastor P.
What's up? What's up, Pastor P? What's up?
Hey.
Hey, Robin. What's up? How y'all doing? Fresh Fridays. I can never remember this little intro thing. How do we always do it?
I could maximize Monday and this Monday stuff.
We should get Jody to sing because she does the acting thing. Maybe she can give us like a monologue. I still remember that one play they had. A couple of people from the church was in it, and Jody was playing. Everybody's singing at the end, and she's just sitting there like just looking around. Everybody up there singing for her. She just like just. That was hilarious. You were scared, Jody.
Man.
No, that wasn't part of my role. I was gonna sing in the upcoming one. I was gonna sing, but we never got to do it. So
really, oh yeah, because of
It'll
COVID.
come back.
yeah.
It'll come back around. We'll have it on. We'll have it be able to hear you sing.
I'll give you a mic.
Sounds like
Right. So y'all help me out with something real quick as people are coming on. Let's explain this to me real quick. What is this whole thing? I mean, I think we talked about it before. That if you don't post it online, it didn't happen. Somebody work this out for me. You ever heard that before? Like you have to post online because if you don't post about it, you really didn't do it. What is that all about? Is that like a young person thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like below our generation.
Yeah.
I've heard people in our generation say that though.
Oh.
Well, do you feel like they said it because they are seeking attention? They want to know people, want people to know what they're doing. Because if you're really enjoying what you're doing, you don't have to post about it.
Exactly.
Right. All right, let's take a little further then. Can you really enjoy something if you have your camera out the whole time recording it?
No.
I don't.
No. It's hard for you to live in a moment when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So why a concert? Is it like this the whole time at a concert? It's just.
That is true because when you see, I would do it like if it's like certain songs like I want to record just for my memories, but like just for my memories. But other than that, like at a concert, like I'm all, I'm all
this
in
is
it.
My memory right here. This is it right here.
It's not the same though.
I'm sorry. I can't go to a concert and be like this the whole time. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you definitely have to move in there. I don't know how people stand still the whole
Just
time.
like when people Bishop be preaching and people have their phones on. I'm like, come on, put it down.
I get from my nerves.
Yeah, that is true.
It's weird.
Hey, Bishop live on Facebook.
Are you tired from holding it? And isn't your phone good? I have so many phones. How is your battery lasting so long? Like,
I'm sorry.
And I have a personal beef because whatever cellular device they have or company they're with, I never get any service. So I don't know how they are going live in the sanctuary because mine will be a whole blur.
Kev, that's a big fact.
Listen,
especially on our side.
That right side.
You definitely don't get no service. You might find listen, if I do give a fly, I gotta do it in a parking lot.
Well, I think they get here early enough to be on Bethany 1, 2, 3, or 4. So
they should go on Bethany 3 first because that's like one of the last ones people get on.
You heard that, America?
Yes. Now everybody knows when they come to church.
You give it away secrets,
right. Now it's gonna be full.
Yeah.
I just wonder how you can enjoy moments when all you're doing is recording, taking pictures. And I'm not against taking pictures of moments and having fun doing all that. But I think there's something to a moment of actually enjoying it.
Yes.
And not feeling the need to share it with every single person. I mean, maybe it's just a general. Like I read an article where it said that millennials are taking vacations based off the pictures they can take.
Yeah, I heard that.
So it's got to be an Instagrammable place. So they go on vacation just to take pictures. Like, really? Like I go on vacation to go to sleep.
Right.
I lock my phone in the safe, and I pull it out maybe once a day because I hate my phone when I'm on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because of my life and I'm always on all the time, so I kind of want to just put it away. Mm-hmm. But I think that's kind of strange though. But hey, everybody has their own thing.
And some people go on vacation for work, going on trips and writing posts about it, pictures. They get paid for that.
Well, I get if you want to make some money off it, I'm okay with that.
We're doing it that way, yeah.
Yeah, but these people ain't making no money off it.
They're just going to go.
It's like watching people
liking views.
Right. It's like watching people take a picture in front of a car that's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody in life, like that Benz ain't yours. or buying clothes, taking pictures of them and then taking them back to the store.
Oh, kind of tags.
Yeah, I think social media
check this tag in real quick.
It causes people to create a life that they want people to think they have, and maybe also that they imagine that they did have. That's the power of social media, and people abuse it. And as a result, I'm out here like minding my business, and you see that, and you start to envy what this person is living, but they're not even living that life. And like everybody's trying to keep up with each other on this fake life.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question then. I'm sorry, I got questions. Y'all in the comments help me out too. Can people ever take a picture without filtering their face?
Yeah,
like a regular picture. A lot of the pictures you see are doctored up, filtered, and you could tell it's been. Go ahead, Kev.
So listen, I did my first filter, and Maya can attest to this. I did my first filter picture like, a couple of days ago, only because I had baggy eyes. So like in order to like make it go away, like I docked it up. That was my only time that I did it. Other than that, everything's on that.
But eventually people are going to see what you really look like.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. It's only one picture.
But see, you did it one time. I'm talking about people. You look at all their pictures. No. For the most part, you can tell they're doctored up. Go ahead, Maya. No, go ahead.
Maya said, speak to Maya.
There are people. I've seen videos where people are like taping their face back and putting like prosthetic noses on.
Oh,
so
that's a lot.
To a whole new level. Okay. It's crazy.
For what?
So they tape their face so the wrinkles will go away.
They try to make their eyes bigger. Usually the videos I've seen are of
if you're old, you're old.
Culture.
Jeez Louise.
And like they're trying to make themselves look more European.
Oh.
Do you think that this generation wants to be, well, I even say this generation because it's more of any generation, but it's more so this younger one. They want to be social media stars so bad that they're willing to do all those things just to get attention.
Yeah.
But they don't know the price though.
But not only that, not everyone can be a social media star or influencer because some people are just boring. Just to be honest, like it's just like because they'll do dumb videos or they'll post stuff and it's just like it's just dumb stuff. Like it really takes a special type of person to like vlog and stuff like that. Like it takes a lot. But it's not for everyone. Just like how not every profession is for everyone. It's some people just need to leave social media to the social media people. You can post your pictures and stuff like that, but don't try to make a whole 9 to 5 out of it if you know that's not for you.
Right. I remember listening to a young lady. She had 1 million followers, and her light bill was late, so she went to the place to pay her light bill because they didn't, her lights was out. And the person that was taking her payment recognized her, like, aren't you so-and-so from? Because and she was shocked because she would have thought if you had 1 million followers, you were making some money. And she's like, no, I had 1 million followers and I was broke.
Wow, that's
embarrassing. You're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Right. Whew, that's embarrassing.
They should be getting paid.
But she's presenting a lifestyle that was, my life is all great and so and your light is out, but your life is that great. That's kind of not a good life.
Yeah. And I'm sure that wasn't the only bill that was out, but she needs the light so she can record. So that was the first bill. Right, no food, nothing, but I'm gonna pay this light bill.
Oh no.
What happened to Pastor Nick?
Hey Maya, since we lost Pastor Nick, can you move Kev away from me, like on the other side?
See what I can do.
All right.
Yeah, Maya, I had a special request to be up top. Yeah, I'm still under the anointing. I'm still under the anointing. See,
I mean, listen, as long as I'm underneath Jody, like I'm good. Because this that middle is all trouble right there.
Why we gotta be trouble?
Right.
Because every time I say something, y'all gang up on me just because I don't align with y'all.
Well, we will say this, Pastor Nick. I'll put this disclaimer out there first. When we do the one gotta go or something like that, please make sure you remove the graphic so you can see our faces.
Oh, no. When it's his turn, that graphic's gonna be gone. I want to see your facial expression. So how many of y'all caught in an entanglement?
Wait a minute.
That's crazy.
Wait, I think you have to give the backstory first because there may be some people that don't know.
Usually I don't entertain this stuff. So the whole Will Smith and Jada Pinkett thing, and I don't even want to focus on that because that's their business and stuff. But I think the premise of we were talking before the episode how because we talked about relationships a lot last time, and the premise of cheating, we were talking before we live came up, and why people cheat, and the narratives of why a woman cheats versus why a man cheats. And the narrative normally is the man cheats because he's trifling. It's just how men are. Almost like all men are what's the word I'm looking for? They can't control their desires, like barbarians. You know, this is out of control, and we can't control anything. A woman cheats because she's unhappy in a relationship, and it almost comes across in a justifiable way. You know, and the man is given no excuse. So sometimes I wonder if the universal response is different when if people find out that a woman stepped outside of her relationship versus when a man steps out of the relationship, because the narrative is normally men are just animalistic and it's just how we are, you know, not understanding that a woman, just because she's more strategic with how she does things. You know, I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, like, you know, I never got in trouble with my parents. I said, that's because you learned how to sneak and get away with it versus your brothers. You know, guys don't think before they do stuff. We just do stuff. Y'all be strategizing.
Impulsive.
Right. But I want to throw that out there. Like, do here, let me go back. Let's take it from this standpoint. Do you think part of it is the whole nature versus nurture thing? Do you think men are more animalistic, quote unquote, or more impulsive because we're not taught the same character tools that girls are taught? So we teach boys will be boys. You know, just don't get her pregnant. Come on now. I mean, am I really like? It's like you gonna do your thing, but don't get in trouble. A girl, on the other hand, save yourself till you get married. Don't you go out there and do that stuff.
Yeah, it's different.
And then you have the women having more control over themselves in a relationship versus we just kind of allow our boys just to be boys and don't tell them, yo, you know, you have to value your body, your life, and the other person that you're with too. Mm-hmm. So do you think part of it is teaching, which I think it is, versus, you know, more natural, you know, because sometimes you hear, well, men just trifling, right? I'm just throwing it out there to see what y'all think.
I think it's teaching and also what society accepts. Okay. You know, like society accepts more as far as like, you know, men cheating or, you know, being trifling, so to speak. You know, like they don't get, you know, beaten up on that like women would get beat up on. Mm.
Go ahead, Mama Jody. You look like you got something on your mind. Mother's about to speak. Come on.
Stop. I think it really depends on the person. So I think like if it's a good man and he gets cheated on, people be like, "What? No, that was my man." Blah 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 blah, and they think that I would have kept him and blah blah blah. I think some of it depends on the person, but I do agree. I think that in general, especially in Christian households, men and women, I think in general, you might be brought up like save yourself to marriage, but it's especially true for women. You have to dress a certain way if you're going out to church. You have to like all these things and it's all about how you're perceived by other men, where I don't think that men have that same pressure put on them in that way.
True. True. Good point. Come on, Maya, you was dropping those gems on Monday.
Well, that was Monday, geez.
That was Monday. Oh, your mind was working good on Monday, but not there.
She said that's a whole 4 days ago.
Right. She's still trying to figure out whether the guy's within a couple of weeks of her birthday. So she gonna be like, I cheated because he lied about his birthday. I found out I was 3 months older than him.
There you go. Again. Yeah, I think there's definitely a double standard.
Mm-hmm. And is there a double standard as it relates to what is obvious double standard that you know, if a woman does something, a guy can go out there and just run through whatever. Mm-hmm. A woman, you find out a woman's been with 2 guys, it's like, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm just throwing it out there to see what y'all think.
It's the truth.
No, it is the truth. I definitely think it's a double standard, but I also will take it a step further. I definitely believe that it depends on, like we've been saying, your household that you've been raised in. Especially, how whatever you've been exposed to when you were young, I think that really seeps into how you will treat your spouse and, your marriage. If, you never witnessed an honest marriage, or, your parents being, what I mean? So I definitely think it seeps in from what you grow up and learn from, your first teachers, which are your parents.
Mm.
Yeah.
You guys are last time y'all was like all enthusiastic. This time,
Good, I was gonna say I agree with what everybody's saying, that it is a part of teaching and a part of environment, and it's sometimes just from talking to my peers and growing up where I grew up, it was because they didn't want to feel left out.
Okay,
is why they would do certain things. So they could go in the locker room and brag, yo, yesterday I did such. And then vice versa with the young ladies, as you were talking about, how they're taught more so to be more careful than the guys are, because I think some people believe that a man can recover quicker. And the thing is, we maybe we can, but we deal with that flaw, that thing for a long time for the recovery process. So,
I mean, I'm not trying to sound misogynistic when I say this, but I do think there is somewhat of a difference between men and women as it relates to response. There is something in us, unfortunately, that can take that a little more without getting too emotional, if I can say it like that, without getting as caught up. But I remember Rick Warren said something cool. He said they can make a contraceptive for your body, but they can't make one for your heart and mind. And I think this generation needs to understand that that arena is more than just physical. It's spiritual, it's emotional, and it's psychological. Now, I'm not into the whole soul ties thing because I don't believe in that, you got a piece of somebody. That's not scriptural at all. But I do believe that it does open the door for a connection with somebody, emotional and psychological, because we don't consider how a physical action can have mental and emotional consequences, and then you start justifying stuff, and you start, people like, oh my God, this person does so-and-so. You're like, yeah, but you don't understand. He loves his mama, or you don't understand. She's so-and-so. It's because usually when I'm in a counseling appointment with somebody and they're telling me about a relationship that isn't going well, and they're not, or somebody they're not supposed to be with. Excuse me, let me clarify that. When flesh gets involved, that distorts the way you think. And it's not, and so usually when they're justifying it too much, I'm like, and it's not if, it's when. Because flesh is the only thing that'll mess with your thought process as it relates to somebody that you're not supposed to be with.
Right. They'll just settle. A lot of people I know that just settle.
Right.
I feel a shade cloud.
I'm just saying, I just think like in our demographic, there's a lot of people that will just settle because they'll be like, there's just one trait that I like, but it's 99 other horrible traits that you should not be entertaining. But you're like, oh well,
he loves me.
He loves me, she loves me. I don't care, they crazy. I don't care, they slash my tires, bust my windows.
Oh my gosh.
You'd be surprised.
It's crazy. I'm not from this generation.
but you know what, that's true of all generations. It's just it's more highlighted now because of social media and the younger generation is doing it more because it's considered more okay. Like for instance, people talk about how back in the day folk would just get married and stay married. They were, you knew grandma and pop or auntie and uncle was unhappy, but they stayed together because they had kids. They stayed together because they had bills, and they ain't like each other, but they were in the same house.
In different rooms.
Right. And because they were in it, generations now. And I'm not saying that was all. I'll say that for another conversation. But I think this generation, I was hearing somebody talk about this, that when divorce became easier to attain, that's when you saw the divorce rates go up. And of course, but then it also produced a thought process in people where marriage is something just to try, not a thing you want to be committed to. Because their thought process, well, if it doesn't work, I can always get out of it.
Right.
Wow.
That shouldn't be your thought process when you're walking down the altar. I'm gonna go marry the love of my life, and it don't work, I'm out. Like,
right,
you know,
right.
And you know, and I mean, divorces happen, things happen. I'm not saying that those things don't occur, but, and I'm not saying everybody gets divorced was just on that try thing, but because some stuff you get into for good intention just doesn't work out. But what I'm saying is that you see that some people have that attitude that, hey, let me jump into this. And hell, if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. We just move on, not realizing that divorce is very psychologically and emotionally a hard thing to go through. You look at like the death of a spouse is traumatic. A divorce can be traumatic because here's the thing: if your spouse dies, all your secrets die with that person. Everything that y'all had together is with an individual. If you get a divorce, if there's a separation, now this person knows some private stuff about you that you I hope they don't tell nobody about. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can be an anxious thing when somebody goes through that process. So I say all that to say that I think this generation is real quick to just jump in relationships and move on, not understanding that, as Bishop says, you're taking a chance with your heart and mind. And every time you do it, it gets hit, it gets hit, it gets hit, it gets hit. And then one day you're like, your heart and your mind like, bruh, sis, stop putting me through this. I'm sorry, that was my whole little, diatribe on that. But
that was good. But no, I definitely think that our demographic, like our generation, they don't respect marriage and the whole idea of marriage and what it entails. They just want to have a big wedding and just to post it on social media and just have people come and just, you know what I mean? Instead of just actually, taking it serious and, going to counseling before getting married and everything. But that's why you can't be out here trying to entertain people with your marriage.
Come on.
Boom.
Come on. That's it.
Kevin, me and you gonna do the show together today because they helping us.
As a person who's married and divorced,
I know.
A millennial who's been married and divorced. In my experience, it was very much like this is a forever thing, and like no matter what we're going through, like we are gonna figure this out. We are gonna work at it.
Yep.
But as in any relationship, it cannot be one-sided. So if I'm on that wave and the other person isn't, like
it's not gonna work.
It's just not gonna work. There was counseling. There was, all these things, talking to leaders, all of that. But if the other person is just not ready or not in that space, like there's nothing that Jody as a human being can do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was the point where it was like, all right, well, I just got to let this go because this is just not healthy. And this is, I know this is not God's will for my life. Like, this is not how he wants me to live. Or the other person.
Yeah. And you're right. That's what I'm saying. There are people that get in with the best intentions, and it just doesn't work out. Those are like, different situations because say folk lose relationships, say folk lose their jobs, say folk kids act crazy, those things do occur. So I'm not trying to put everything in a vacuum. But one of the things about, I think people, there's some people they'd rather be with somebody and be miserable than to not have anybody at all. Just to say they have somebody. And there are people that do it. And what's crazy? Usually, historically, the thought process is that was just women that did that. But there's a whole lot of men that do that too.
Yeah, no. Just to say that they
look at you and not be happy.
Right.
I don't get that. Like I look at your face and be like, ugh. That's
why I think it's so important though that like when you as young adults, as you continue to grow older and everything, and you start to develop, whether you're going for college and getting a degree or a trade, focus on your career and then focus on yourself and then focus on the relationship. And before the relationship, also be friends because you gotta be friendly with that person. You gotta actually like that person. But like Jody said, it's so crazy because I don't know what it is, but millennials, they can hide so much. So you think they on the same level, got the same mindset, and then it's just like, where did this all come from? Yeah, it's just like, where did this all come from? So it's hard out here for the millennials.
That's why I think time and circumstance is everything.
Yes, sir.
People can hide for a year. And we oftentimes say this person changed on me. They didn't change on you. They just revealed themselves to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for the friendship model. Let's build a friendship first.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that evolves into a relationship, cool. Because at the end of the day, if you talk to any successful marriage where they're, they got problems, of course, but overall they're good. The foundation of the relationship is that they're friends.
Yeah.
That friendship is what builds. That's how you can look at somebody you married to, like, I don't like you right now. I don't like you either, but I'm still going to cook. I'm still going to pay the bills. I'm still here. Because the friendship means more than anything. Yeah. And usually when I talk to people, a lot of it is they move too fast. The whole love at first sight thing is great for movies.
Right.
But I mean,
so Dick,
what's up?
The question on the floor is, I know somebody's probably wondering it. What's the time limit?
There is no time limit.
Okay, all right. So there
is no time limit. There is no we wait a year. That's our time. Every relationship is different. So I remember before me and my wife got married, it was, y'all need to hear him get married. Why y'all been together since y'all was 16? Y'all 25 years old. Y'all should be getting married by now. I'm like, no. Because I knew we weren't ready, emotionally and psychologically ready to get married. Because my whole thing was, I want to get married to her and like her after the marriage. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be in a house with somebody, where my house is no longer my safe place. You feel what I'm saying? So, and we talked to Bishop about that. He said, y'all wait till y'all ready. And we waited. And we didn't care what people said. And we waited till we both felt like we were emotionally and psychologically ready for the weight of what it was. But if your whole perspective is just getting to the altar, that's what you're going to put the most into. But if your focus is on having a successful marriage, that's what you'll put the most into.
Yeah.
But we put a lot into one day. That only lasts 20 minutes, really. The wedding ceremony is about 20, 25 minutes long. And we put all that money into it.
Quick.
Yeah, Joe, go by quick.
Quick.
That's why the Bible says you got to get into it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jody.
I think you brought up a good point about friendship. I think even not just between men and women, but I think just in general, we struggle as millennials with friendships, like women to women, men to men. Like you hear so many things about women bashing other women and men calling other guys this and that. Like we just struggle with friendship as its own entity. So when you want to add in to that, it just complicates it even more.
Yeah, that's good, Jody. That is so true.
And I think that's because we try to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And then when it blows up that this person is not friendly or friendship worthy, it's just like, okay, whatever. Or there's something in us where if somebody else is winning, these are just scenarios that I've witnessed. If somebody else is winning and you're not winning, now it's a problem, and you're trying to get on, and competition, and you're in it not for the person but for the reward.
Right.
So like friendship now, especially now that we're older, I still have some of the friends from high school that I'm cool with. I don't hang out with them all the time, they still do what they do, but I'm cool with them. And then I have friends who are who are older and some who are the same age as me, and that took time. Because you have to you got to see who's there and who's not. And I don't think people in our generation and generation under are so quick to do that, because that's why they want you instant gratification. Friend me on, like me here, add me here.
Yeah.
And then that becomes a problem. Too much access.
Yeah. Because I think here's now before the social media, especially before cell phones became hot, this is how you got somebody. You got their number, house phone number. When you were in school, you were passing notes.
I did that.
You passing notes. You didn't have that much easy access to the person.
Yeah.
Nowadays there's such ease of access, and you feel like you know somebody because you watch all their stuff online, or you look at all their pictures. So I know you because we talk online, but in those days, you actually had to really, if you want to spend time with the person, you actually had to be with them in person.
Yeah.
to be able to connect with them, which is easier for me to find out who you are when we spend time in person.
Right.
Because again, social media gives you that front that we know each other. Like for instance, celebrities. We talk about celebrities like we know them.
I do.
Right. And watch this. Before social media, if you wanted to contact a celebrity, they had a fan club. You had to mail
you
it.
had to mail it and hope.
Right. But they wouldn't even read it. But now you can directly go to the person you want to talk to online and leave a message. You know, and sometimes they read the comments, but we feel empowered now because now I have direct access to you when it's a false illusion.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
So I mean, I think that somebody asked this question, what does that look like in concrete terms? I think that was back to the relationship and making sure you're ready. I think you have to know, are you ready for the commitment to actually not, watch this, take away the feelings of it. Can I be committed to this person when my feelings aren't working right? You know, one of the things that Bishop taught in premarital counseling that has been a great foundational blessing to our marriage was the stuff that you do for your spouse when you're happy is the stuff you do when you're upset. You keep the same structure. Because what happens is we get mad. I ain't doing that for you. I hate you. I ain't doing nothing for you, right? And you end up driving a deeper wedge into the relationship. Yeah. Because when you're mad at each other, the structure breaks versus, you know, we're upset with each other, but here, I'm still going to cook dinner. Here, I can't be like, yo, I ain't paying your car note this month. You get on my nerves. You know?
How am I going to get the word?
Right. You know, that structure in good times and bad times will help save a relationship, but you have to be committed to that structure though, you know, and you have to know you too, you know, are you really ready for the weight emotionally and psychologically for this commitment? But that's why I think taking your time means a lot, you know. What's a couple years of really getting to know somebody compared to the rest of your life?
Yeah.
True.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. So y'all stop cheating on each other.
No, but I do want to.
Y'all stop getting entangled.
I do want to say something about the whole friendship thing. Like we were saying, I feel like a lot of why millennials. We're going in on the millennials today. Why millennials have problems?
All age groups, though.
Right. Just in general, all age groups. Why people have problems with friendships is because they don't know their own identity first. So like you'll have people, if you're friends with someone that has identity issues with, you know, finding their calling and their purpose and everything, they'll get mad at anything that you do. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't be like that. So like if you have a friend that's starting a business or going back to school or something, you should be a supportive friend. You shouldn't be mad because you're not doing it, because that may not be for you. So I feel like that's why a lot of people just in our demographic have that problem, because they're lost and they don't know what they want to do. So they tug at anything they see what the next person's doing. You know what I mean? Like that's like me. Like Maya just announced that, you know, she has a studio and everything. Now someone can get mad at that, but like say if I got mad at that, why am I getting mad at it? That's not my calling. That's not for me. You know what I mean? That's not my field. But I feel like people don't have that have an identity crisis where they're like, oh, I just want to do whatever. I see somebody modeling, I see someone teaching, I see someone vlogging. It's just like, find your identity, find what you want and what makes you happy.
That'll produce true happiness.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah, you're right. There's a measure of wholeness that you have to bring to a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you have to
become broken.
Yeah, you have to know your own brokenness. Now, nobody's perfect. Right. But you have to know how broken you are, and if you're actually ready for a relationship. To me, I think it takes strength for somebody to admit I'm not ready to be in a relationship with anybody, because I got too much going on up in here that I need to work out. Too much anger, too much resentment, too much other stuff. I need to work this out, because we get into a relationship looking for the other person to fix us and complete us when that person's not fixed or complete themselves.
Wow.
My wholeness is between me and God. My spouse helps me with that. She helps make me better because I'm working with him, but that's not her responsibility to fix my issues.
Right.
But we go into a relationship hoping that the other person will make up for all this stuff we've been through in life. And then you're disappointed because you expected them to be somebody that they can't be.
Yeah.
You can't be somebody's everybody. So why are you trying to? And then you mad at the person because they can't be it. When you can't even be that to yourself, how can you be it to them? You have to know. Look, how you still mad at your ex talking about I want to get with somebody new? You gonna bring that anger into this new relationship?
Right.
Have you healed?
Go sit down somewhere and get healed.
Get your life.
Right. That's why I think God gave Adam and Eve time with just him before he brought them together. Adam was by himself in the garden. God took his time building Eve and then brought her to him. But it wasn't their job to fix each other. That was between them and God. So, we can't make somebody else responsible for our brokenness. If I can say it like
bar. That's a bar passing it.
And I'm tired today too, man. So I'm praying like, Lord, help me, please.
When you show out the most.
Yeah, but because here's my thing. Somebody told me this a long time ago. I'll never forget it. Deacon Jack Harris, Justice's dad. We were riding to Maryland for a men's retreat. It was just me and him because Bishop had to go somewhere to preach. So me and him drove to Maryland together. And he said, look, I want you to know two things he said. I'll never forget. He said, first thing, he said, growing up, we were taught as men to have a wife and a girlfriend on the side. He said, because, you got one for responsibility, one for fun. He said, what I learned eventually over time is to get a woman that can be your wife and your girlfriend at the same time. She's both. She's both. And I said, bar right there, number one. So you get somebody, if I can say it in modern day terms for the young folk, you get somebody that can be your committed one and your side piece, but they're all the same person.
Yeah.
So you don't have to search outside of your relationship because your side piece and your main one lives, is with you.
They got all the ingredients.
All the ingredients. There you go. And the other thing he said is that I had to learn I'm responsible for my own happiness. Nobody else is. Once I make somebody else responsible for my happiness, I've given them too much control over my life.
Yeah.
I'm responsible to make me happy, and you come along to make me happier.
Right.
So now that takes the weight and the pressure off of somebody else and your relationship, because your primary job is not to make me happy. Your job is not to make me unhappy.
Right.
But it's my job to bring happiness into my life, and you're supposed to add to that. So I'm not looking for you to do it because I was happy before you showed up. And if I was happy before you showed up, if you decide to leave, I still know how to make myself. Come on, where the organ at? Where the organ at?
I'll put you in B real quick.
Over here doing the bishop.
Right. I still know how to make myself happy, whether you're here or not, because you are not responsible for my peace of mind.
Yeah.
But you can affect my peace of mind, but you're not directly responsible for it, though. All right, I'm done preaching. Sorry. Go ahead. But
how you just gonna stop?
Those two things I'll never forget. I'll never forget those two things.
That's so true, though.
Wow.
That is true.
So watch this. Are you unhappy because of your expectation of somebody else?
Well.
And I think some of us are unhappy. Here's how do I put it? Sometimes we're the victims of our own expectation. It's really not the other person. It's our expectation of the person.
Yeah.
We're mad at them for expecting them to be somebody that they can't be.
Facts.
So we're making ourselves disappointed by hoping this person can be somebody that they can't be.
Or have expectations for the other person, but don't have expectations for yourself.
And there you go. I was thinking the same thing too. Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin.
Come on, Kevin.
No, I'm just saying. You expect them to have a good 9 to 5, and you don't even have that. Yeah. Or you expect them to have this degree, and you don't even have that. So how can you expect that in the next person if you don't have that in yourself? You got to set those expectations for yourself before you do for the next person.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You got to be okay if they don't have it.
Yeah, like
in some instances, you got to be okay if they don't.
Like if I got a doctorate and somebody, my wife has a master's. I don't even have a bachelor's, but we're working on it now. But she knew that already, so she was cool with it.
Right.
Because she knows I'm still an intelligent person.
Right.
but Kevin, the whole premise of what you're saying is at least the person's doing something.
Right.
You may not have the job that I have, but I need you to be able to work the job you have to the best of your ability.
Exactly. And on top of that, when you get in a relationship, that's what a relationship should. You should help them build as much as they're helping you build as well. We're building this, we're going this journey together. And that's how you develop that foundational relationship.
Yeah. Jody, you was gonna say something? Sorry.
No, I was just saying some people are looking for a come up. Oftentimes I think in general, people think that women do it to men. Like, I need a man to take me out and pay for my nails and do this and take care of me and pay my bills and all of that. As opposed to, like you said, like working on that on your own, like being able to do that on your own, standing as your own person. And men do it too. They want sugar mamas and things of that nature.
With that PS5.
They out here.
Right. I saw somebody online. She said in her crazy days, she bought her man a car to keep him around.
Wow.
A car. I ain't talking not like she bought a PlayStation. She bought him a car.
Wow.
Just to keep him in a relationship. A car.
I hope it was a busted up one and from her cousin and not from the lot. Jeez.
That's a hefty bill right there. Bro.
Right.
But,
what did Jody, you said something that clicked. Jeez, what was it? What were you just talking about again? It was
people looking for a come up
and rescuing that was the question. So let's looking for a come up, looking for paying all the stuff and doing all that. I think for most strong men, one of the most attractive things to a strong man is, watch this, looking at a woman and loving the fact that she can do it without him, but she gives him the chance to do it for her. That is so attractive. I know you got it. I know you can do it, but let me do it for you.
Let me do it this way.
That is so attractive to a strong man. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? And that whole, to me, I still think chivalry is right. I know some people think it's not, but
some people don't know what it is.
Yeah, but
or can't even spell it.
Kevin, you're on a roll tonight, man.
I'm gonna go on mute.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with I'm still on that thing. You going out on a date, unless a man should be the first person to say, "Yo, nah, I got the bill." And then if they choose to go Dutch, cool. But at least he offers, to be able to do that. Maybe I'm a little old school like that, but maybe
No, old school's right. No, that's how it should be.
That's how I was taught.
Yeah.
That's all. Yep.
Y'all ladies are quiet. Maya, you ain't saying nothing like 40 minutes.
I just said something. Goodness.
Maybe I need to watch Monday night to see what was going on.
I'm telling you, 5:30 in the connections group. Maya is on fire. She is on fire Mondays.
Maybe I need to watch that. She's just sitting there looking at us the whole entire time.
Pop in as Bethany.
And we know you're intelligent and have something to offer to the conversation, Maya.
Yeah. I got a headache. Leave me alone.
You got a headache every Monday too?
I do. I had a headache on Monday too.
Every Monday?
Thank you.
Maybe the source of my headache is somewhere over there.
The source of my headache.
Right. That was a good one. Oh, you need to pray for you?
No, we good.
We could do like the old school, stretch your hands towards you. But
Ava made a good point. She said that she's working with her oldest daughter about that because her son will try to carry her bag and she'll say, I can
carry it. Yeah.
And I think that is something sometimes we struggle with as women, is this like being a strong woman, but also being open to being treated chivalrous. Like, sometimes there's a balance.
Well, let me ask you a question. The two ladies in the room. Do you think that that's a trust issue to allow a man to do all those things for you? Because if you allow him to do that for you, it creates an expectation. If that makes sense. I may be approaching from the wrong angle, but I'm just asking.
Expectation for him.
For him. Yeah. Because there's a certain vulnerability to let him do those things. When you're used to doing it on your own, and then to give up that quote unquote control to let a guy do it for you, that requires some measure of trust. Because I'm saying, because you brought up, it was hard for some to kind of give up and let him do those things. I'm wondering, I'm asking the question, not, is it a trust thing? Or that's what I'm trying to figure out what the source of it is. If that makes sense.
Maya?
Well, I think for me, like, I've been very independent for a very long time. So it's not first nature for me to wait for someone to open my door. I just do it.
Well,
Yeah, I remember one time an Uber driver got mad because I opened the door to go into my apartment. He was like, "You need to unlearn whatever you've been taught." I was like,
Right.
"You need to teach me that. I paid you to get me to my apartment."
Right. Not to let you in.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think there's some trust involved in it, especially if you've been in like a toxic situation where a man has held that over your head. Like, and so you're like, you know what, forget it. I don't need to get that. Like, I can take care of this on my own. And then you have to unlearn that when you're going into a new situation and not carry those things over into like other relationships and other parts of your life.
Right. Now the Uber driver, that would scare me, first off. Because
That's crazy.
I thought you was going to say open the door of your car. I paid you to get me home, not to let me in the house. You're not opening the door to my house.
Right.
That's a little weird.
He just wanted 5 stars.
No, you should have gave him 0 for that.
Yeah, he did 0, -5 stars.
No tip.
Right.
No, I think
that's a little strange.
I think what you're saying also, Pastor Nick, is like women who are not used to that as well because of they may not have when we were growing up have a father or just anyone close to them, any male, leader that teach them how, what I mean, or just how women should be treated. So that may, like you said, may be a trust issue as well. And, they may not know, maybe the unknown.
Yeah, that's true. And I think again, when you're used to do, I think, when the Bible first talks about submitting yourselves one to another, right? Male and female, submit yourselves one to another. And then Bishop will say that God asked a woman to submit, man to love. It doesn't mean that a woman shouldn't love and a man shouldn't submit. But like Maya said, and he said it, for a woman that's been doing something for herself all her life, it's hard for her to give up that control, quote unquote.
Right.
And to trust a man, like Jody said, to be able to do for her without lording it over her. That doesn't mean that she can't work, have her own money. I'm not saying that. And then vice versa. It's hard for a man to love a woman more than he loves himself. Because we're used to, when it comes to us, we'll spend money on ourselves. We do all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we put ourselves first in everything. But and it's hard, right. And it's hard for a man to love sacrificially. A woman, y'all are great at sacrificial love. Y'all just, it's like, I look at my daughter, she is 3 years old. And this girl, nobody taught her to take, she got her little baby dolls, feeding them, doing all this stuff. She taking care of them. She puts them to sleep, puts them under the blanket. Nobody taught her how to do that stuff, but she's got this thing to care. My son, on the other hand, I'm trying to teach him, Julian, let your sister go first. Don't just run right past her, show her some respect, as your sister. Right. Don't just kind of push her out the way. Let her go through the door first. Open the door for her. Trying to show him how this thing is done and to show her too how it's done. But I think a lot of men, we struggle with that self-sacrificial love the way women do. Like quite vice versa. When a man is with a good woman, we don't mind saying, "You got it, cool." You know what I mean? We're about controlling the heartbeat. Word. Praise the Lord. Go on, do your thing, baby. I got you. I'll support you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's where both the thing works. I heard Mike Murdoch say this: marriage is the place where servanthood is mastered. Marriage is the place where servanthood is mastered. If people can perfect that principle and serve each other, you can't help but to have something successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that goes to trust, though.
Yeah.
You know, because me opening the door for you shouldn't be a sign of misogyny or
right.
It's a door. I'm just trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be nice.
But Pastor Nick, like in today's time, I feel like, you know, gender roles are like changing. You know, like it's not like what it used to be. I remember having a conversation, you know, with Becky, and it was more so about what do you call that? Like, what is the role of a male and a female because of everything that's been going on like in society. And one of the piece was about like protecting the home and everything like that. I said, listen, as a male, you know, I feel like, you know, like I'm gonna protect this house and everything like that, you know, and it's not me being a misogynistic or anything like that, you know, but like that should be my role. So you feel like, you know, like you're going to protect the house as well. Like, you know, like, are we like equal, what do you call that? Equal gender roles and everything. So like, do you have anything on that, Pastor Nick?
Here's my thought on that, right? I think before the gender roles were, because of the culture, was too hard in some ways.
Yeah.
So the woman would just clean everything, cook everything. The man would just sit around and just sit. And I think the fallacy of that's when women couldn't work. Yeah. Women start going to work, and it's like, look, bro, I ain't going to work and coming home, and I'm cleaning, and you sitting there watching TV all day. You know what I'm saying? That I'm cool with, where the man helps clean, cook. I think a man should help clean and cook, and all those things, and work together in the relationship. But I think at the core of it all, no matter how progressive people are, and you notice a lot of that talk comes from a younger crowd. No matter how progressive people are, what we want a progressive relationship with traditional expectations. What do I mean by that? I don't want a traditional gender-based relationship, but when push comes to shove, I actually want you to be that. So I want to be liberal, but I want you to be traditional. I want to be progressive, you know, so I don't want to cook, but I want you to do this. I don't want to take out the trash, but I want you to do, you know what I'm saying? I think it's absolutely crazy. You cooking for a man doesn't mean that you're being oppressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You taking out the trash doesn't mean, you know, the equality there. It's the fact of, I don't know. Well, if somebody broke into the house, no woman wants a man to look at her and say, "Hey, babe, somebody broke in the house. You don't want that. No. No woman want that. She watch this. She may go down there, but not without him. Though she like, look, I'll follow you down, but I need you to go first. Come on now, like don't give me that. Don't give me that. Where I believe men and women are equal. It's just that the roles may be somewhat different, but that doesn't take away equality. Actually, us doing those different roles makes us equal. It makes us equal. We both bring our own strengths to the table.
There you go.
So if somebody breaks in the house, a man jumps up first. You know, a woman gonna look at him after it's over, like, that's my man right there. Ooh, he's so strong. You know how y'all are, you know. But but that's how it is, right? You know, and vice versa. If a man is a chef and he can cook better than his wife, brother man probably gonna be doing more cooking.
Yeah,
true. You know, and vice. So the overall premise,
you can flip it. You can do
a joint thing together. But don't a woman want to be, you know, her man look at her like, yo, it's trash day. You know, and she, you know,
you see that lawn need a little touch.
Right. Cut the grass, do all that stuff. The tire's flat, and he's sitting in the car on his phone, and she out there jacking the car. Like,
wow,
come on, man, come on. But at the same time,
I think part of it is like, you know, gender equality as well. Like, you know, that's what they kind of like justify that.
I think we're seeing it wrong. I think that we have to find what's equal for us.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, it's let's find what works for us and makes us happy. Like, for instance, every now and this comes up, you know, should you make a man a plate? Because, you know, some people see that as oppression. You know, are you going to me, I see it as an act of care, whether it's either or. You know, at the barbecue, girl, make them a plate.
The old aunties,
You know what I mean? Girl, because somebody else gonna make him a plate if you don't make him a plate. And some people see that as a slave, but I see that as genuine care. And that doesn't mean that a man just sits back and just does nothing, you know. But what I think it is, you have to know what makes your spouse please. Like, if we go to a barbecue, I'll go up there, usually make my own plates. I'm just greedy. I want to eat. So I don't feel like waiting. I'm impatient. So and my wife be like, Nick, I got you. Sit down. But that's some way I see care. You know? But I think a man can't demand that from a woman, and he ain't doing his part though.
Yeah. That's true.
So while she may be getting the food, I may be getting the drinks and the desserts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's working together. And a man can't say, you know, woman, I need a woman to cook for me, clean for me, and he half working. You know what I'm saying? He half doing stuff. He ain't doing stuff right and demanding that from her. Oh, heck no.
Yeah, that's right.
Heck no.
And cheating on top of it.
Well,
it's called an entanglement, Jordy. It's an entanglement. It's an entanglement. It's an entanglement.
Put the big C out there.
Right, I felt that.
Right.
Cheating anyway.
She said cheating. She said cheating.
He got in an entanglement. That's
Oh my gosh, 2020 beat. 2020 got too many surprises for me.
Right. But I think that, you know, to me, that whole gender equality thing, gender roles thing is we find works for us, but I can't demand something of you if I'm not going to do my part too.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can't be organized woman. My food better be here when I get off and do this stuff like that. And you ain't doing nothing. You ain't helping out nothing. Come on, really?
Right.
It's relationships is working together, give and take. So we can help curb entanglements. You want to put that graphic up so we can get this thing going? Sure. It's 8:01.
I like how you brought that around.
That's a new
so let's see. Right.
Which one? This one?
Which one? Huh? Yes.
Yeah, let's do this one.
All right.
This is a good one.
All right. You only got 2 pills that you can pick from.
Zyrtec and Aleve.
So you look 15 years younger.
Okay.
All right. Read Mind for 3 days. Forget your ex. I think somebody's gonna take that one. Forget your ex. Number 4, eat without gaining weight. 5, add 5 centimeters to your height. 6, become super strong. 7, have a lot of money. 8, always feel happy. 9, get millions of followers. Now, if any of y'all pick 9, I'm blocking you from this live. Unless it's for financial purposes and the bag comes with it. So you can only pick 2. Look, 15 years younger. Huh?
Pastor Nick, what if somebody needs to pay their light bill? I just want to know. They need to pay a bill.
So you can only pick 2. Y'all watching in the comments, y'all can participate too. Let us know. So we got look 15 years younger. Most of us are still. I don't think any of us gonna pick number 1. Because I'm gonna go back looking like I'm 13 years old. Read minds for 3 days. Forget your ex. Eat without gaining weight. I know my 2 already. Add 5 centimeters to your height. Become super strong. Have a lot of money. Always feel happy. Get millions of followers. So, Maya, let's start with you.
Go ahead. I'll go first
because you're the first one on the thing. There's me and you.
Down, Maya.
Yeah. Go ahead, Maya.
I would say number 7, have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, add 5 centimeters to your height.
So how much is 5 centimeters?
It's a couple 2 inches.
That's 2 inches?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so I'll be like 5. Okay. How tall are you now?
I'm 5'4". I used to be 5'6", so that's why I want it.
You used to be 5'6"? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Before I had my surgeries. They took out bones, so I lost some height.
Oh.
Interesting.
I want it back.
I didn't know you were that tall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
okay. The more you know.
The more you know. They took out they couldn't add no more bones on there to make use them on there to keep your height.
It didn't work that way.
I didn't know you were all right. So Maya, put it back up against some people in the thing. So Maya's got add to her height because she's vain. And
Oh,
then
gosh.
I'm playing. We're all vain. Don't worry about it. And 7, a lot of money. Jody, what you got?
So I'm gonna go with number 4, eat without gaining weight, and 7, have a lot of money.
See, that's that alignment.
Right. We all know Maya don't eat, so she ain't worried about the eating part.
She's hot dogs.
We were hot dogs, right? She passed the burgers to get a hot dog. Not even a sausage lick. I mean, like, really? Right.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Antoine.
Mine's easy. 4 and 7.
4 and 7. I can see that.
Yeah.
Food. Food. All right. Kevin Johnson, what you got?
So mine's easy too. Mine's gonna be 4 and 7 because when you turn 25, for all those that are tuning in and that are not 25, everything that you ate before you were 25, it starts coming back. I don't know where that weight comes from. That weight just comes out of nowhere, especially for males. You know, in high school and stuff. In your early 20s, you were good.
Love handles, man.
When you turn 25, you better throw them oodles and noodles away.
Start eating more vegetables, Doc.
And of course, number 7, because who doesn't like money? And you know, if you know me, you know I like money.
Yes, we know. Your closet says so.
If you thought 25 was that way, wait till you turn 35.
Hassanek, why would you even put that in my head, sir?
Wait till you turn 35. Once I turned 35, my whole body was like, nah, bro, you can't eat that no more. If you do, you can feel this heartburn. And like it's hard. I lose weight fast when I'm on it, but I used to be able to eat what I wanted and still never gain weight. Now it's like, I got to get this COVID weight off, man. It's been bad.
You and me both.
It's been bad, yo. It's been bad. All right, so this may not be as fun because I think Kevin English is going to agree with everybody.
And this is the first time in history that me and Kev Johnson.
I'm looking. We here.
We good. So I was gonna go 4 and 7. Listen, I love food, and I agree with y'all. Like once 25 hit, like everything just started sticking. You know, so during this COVID thing, you know, I was able to lose like 12 pounds doing like an exercise program and everything like that.
Oh, you just showing off.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I saw your Insta story the other day. You all working out and stuff like that.
So he's a little bit.
He already admitted he filtered stuff. He just filtered that weight off. That's all.
He's like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm good. I'm good.
He was drinking carrots and grass.
Not the carrots and grass. I don't care how. I'm not drinking no carrots and grass.
Y'all just won't let me live, huh? That's crazy.
It would not be a Fresh Friday if we would not mess with that. It's just like a known fact, you know. I think, like, you know, you kind of get the intel of what Maya gets, you know.
Yes.
Listen. I will say, you know, I'm gonna tell Bishop on y'all, but he gives it to me too. So it's like,
right.
I don't got nowhere to go. Do Becky have an HR department?
Yeah, we do. But you don't work here, so it's all right. All right.
So funny.
So Mike, put it back up real quick. Here's my dilemma, right? Because I'm stuck between 3 of them. Of course, 4, eating without gaining weight, because I like to eat. Of course, number 7, have a whole lot of money. But at this point in my life, number 8 is very intriguing. Money can't buy happiness.
Right.
Very true.
It can make you happy, but the events of life that happen to you that can leave certain emotional feelings.
Yeah.
You're sometimes glad for a happy day.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because you go through certain seasons where it's like, geez. So the older I get, the more happiness and peace of mind I value it a whole lot.
That's good.
Because you can have a whole lot of money and be depressed, sad, anxious, and you can't enjoy it.
Yep.
And you'll spend it to feel better, but you won't feel better. So what I will pick, honestly, is 7 and 8. I'll just work out.
You'll just drink carrots and grass.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I'm 30. I'll be 40 in a year and some change. And the older I get, the more I value peace of mind. The older I get, the more calm is attractive to me. And part of that, I think, honestly, if I could be completely transparent, I think it's because when you are in the spotlight more, you actually enjoy quiet places more. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. When you talk for a living, you don't want to talk. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's good. So the old years ago, I'd have picked 4 and 7, and I'm not knocking those that pick that because it depends. It's your own personal thing. But the older I get, 8 is becoming really important. I don't want to read people's minds because I don't want to know what's going on in their thoughts. That's not a zone I want to go into. Super strong.
Really? I would like. I'm nosy.
No.
Just for 3 days. I'm nosy.
But it's gonna go. But it's gonna go away after a while though. It's gonna go away after 3 days.
I know.
But he gonna have everybody lined up.
But the question: do you want to hear? You can take it down, Maya. Do you want to hear? Do you actually want to experience what people think about you when they see you or when they see somebody else? Or what's that movie about
what do men think?
What do men think? Do you
know, with Taraji P. That was funny. That was good.
You know, I mean,
no, when I feel nosy, when I feel like being nosy, but that's not always.
right. But I mean, but right, she get that motherly judging look. But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I saw this. I think it was last year I posted this, and I was like, 4 and 7 definitely. But over the past few years, it's like, that number 8 happiness thing is very up there. I'll just work out. Well, or I'll just be happy, have money, and just have weight.
I have money. Or just think of it like this.
Let's happy.
Let's change 7 to wanting to be wealthy, because there's a difference between having a lot of money and being wealthy. I'd rather be wealthy than have a lot of money.
Yeah,
That's true. And look, I'll just work out and just cut back on my eating. It just is what it is. I'm telling you, wait till y'all turn 30. Wait till y'all get close to 40. Your body's gonna be like that pizza, bruh. That
fried chicken, to eat it that much now.
Them fried chicken wings.
That's Chipotle.
No, that's the only Chipotle is the only thing I can really eat.
Really?
I'm gluten free, so I can't eat a lot of.
Right.
So, but because a lot of people that have money are very miserable.
Yes,
it's true.
And you don't enjoy your money when you're depressed.
Nope.
Yo, Kev, your waves are really popping today, bro. I noticed that. You got a haircut and everything. Yeah.
Man, I mean, just a little bit here.
You turned to the side. I saw that thing was just popping, yo.
I got a haircut last week.
Like you got a mini finger wave going on, man. I see that thing.
Shout out to your barber. That thing's still fresh. That thing's sharp.
Your barber laid that thing down.
Right. I tried to get waves one time, and I can only get them on one side of my head, and it didn't grow.
You gave up too early.
I did. I didn't have no patience. I was like, it's too much work. You got to wear a stocking cap every night. You got to brush it all the time. It's too much work. It's too much work.
So my process is pretty simple. Like, I don't do a lot of brushing. I just more so like do the washing the hair and then wave cap. That's it.
Wave cap and that's it.
Okay, good. Out here like I don't gotta do all that.
The brushing all day is corny. Can't do that.
Got that Peruvian hair. What does that make?
Andre said you got a toupee on.
Oh wow!
Come on,
toupee.
That's crazy.
I got jokes.
My haters have arrived.
You're right. I'm letting my beard growing thicker now too.
Hashtag leave Kevin alone.
Yeah. Maya, I actually edited your name while you was out, and I put 1 month Maya on there, but I erased it. I said, "No, I'm gonna leave you alone tonight." It's just
that is Minister LeBoo. I keep telling y'all, it's Minister LeBoo. She's on fire on Mondays. I'm telling you. Those tuning in, tune in.
you see it, Minister Maya.
The anointing.
Right, the anointing. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us. It's 8:15, y'all. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you guys.
I'm hungry. We got to go.
We hope you guys enjoy Fresh Friday. Y'all have a great night. Don't forget to join us this Sunday. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then of course at 6 p.m. for Bishop's anniversary.
Yes.
We thank y'all for watching. We hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace.
See y'all later.
See y'all.